The tutorial you are watching is part of Python Fundamentals, probably the best Python beginner course on the internet.
Hello and welcome! In this tutorial we're going to create a guess the number game. So we're going to develop one by one the following elements in code. First we are going to create a number between 1 and 100. Then we're going to get the user to guess at that number and give him essentially 3 possibilities as feedback. Too big or too small, and finally the correct answer. So the number is either going to be too big, too small, or correct. Once he gets it right, then the program is going to tell him or her how many times, how many guesses the user made. So let's get started. And the first element here is, how do we create a random number? Well, we need to import the random module. And then in that module there's a method called randint. In fact, I'm just going to demonstrate it over here. So random.randint and lower limit, upper limit 1 to 10. That one is going to create a random number each time. And there you go. We even have a little bit of a streak characteristic of sort of computers producing random numbers. So we know how to create a random number. We can save this as a variable. We can call this xnum, being that it's some mystery number we need to guess. And now, perhaps even at one guess, let's try to come up with that if statement that is going to check a user guess. So first of all, something very familiar to us would be, hey, I guess we can call this your num equals the input. Please guess a number 1 through 10. So once number is guessed, it's going to be a string, and what we want to do is convert that to an integer. Now, I'm just going to do the integer conversion over here. This is the only time I'll use this line, just for variation purposes. I prefer to do it in a separate line. Your num equals to int your num. But you can basically do it all on the same line. So now that we've created a number that the user is going to enter, let's do that if statement. So what are the possibilities? I'm just going to go too big, too small, and correct. So too big. How do we handle that? Well, if your num is greater than xnum, then print, I guess, you just print too big. That'll do. If your num is too small, then we can do something similar, but we're going to say, hey, if your num is less than that mysterious number, we're going to print too small. And finally, if they're equal, then we can print correct, or well done. Well done, you guessed the number. Now, this could have also been an else. And we can actually shape this if, elif, or if, elif, and remove this completely else, because we are going to deal with an integer. So basically, if we entered something that wasn't a number, we're going to produce an error at the very start. So this loop will receive an integer. So it's kind of up to you. I think the if, elif, else is a very neat coding structure which basically guarantees that only one out of these 3 possibilities can be chosen. So let's try this out. And we can just print, just to make sure the program works, we can print xnum at the very end. So here we go. There's some mystery number. We're going to try a 6. Too big. And the number was 5. Hey, I wasn't far off. So essentially we have a guessing game. I mean, I can run this again. I can try 2 this time, too small. But I removed that print statement. So let's now see what we can do to have an ability to, you know, keep on guessing until we've guessed correctly. So let's see where we put that kind of while loop, right? It should be just after we've created the mystery number. So we can say while found double equals to false. So there's going to be some boolean that's going to stand for the number being found, and that's going to be set to false in the beginning. And I guess that when the number is found, we can either break or make the found equals to true. So both of these are going to work equally well. Either you can say break, or you can say found equal to true. Because when this condition becomes true, that while loop is going to exit, but break is also going to exit out of the while loop. So there's just multiple ways of doing it, and I think it's cool that I show you both. So I think we have pretty much all the elements of the game except the number of tries. Let's see if this is going to work. This should be easy. 5. Too big. Well, 3. It's either 2 or 1. I'm going to go for 1. Yes. All right. So we're going to say you guessed the number. We can also say print. It took you and plus. We can count tries. So right here we got to figure out a way to have a counter for the number of tries. The counter can be outside the loop, initialized to 0. It should iterate every time you guess. So you can either iterate it counter equals counter plus 1 in each of these 3 statements, or you can do it just once right here. Counter equals to counter plus 1. So string counter plus tries. Neat. I think that's gonna work. So I said initially I was gonna do it up to 100, so that's what I'm gonna do, up to 100. Too small. 8. Let's go for a 10. Go for bro. Ooh, it's a 9 for sure. It took you 4 tries. We need to add the space there. All right, let's see how easy it is to crank this up to 100. I think that there does it. And this is also a fun way to think of the algorithm, like the search algorithm, where you sort of halve your result every time. So we're going to go for 50, and if 50 is too small, we're going to try 25. And if 25 is too small, we're going to try 12. And if 12 is too small, we're going to try 6. Then we're going to try for 3. Then it's either 2 or 1. Oh. Wait. I should have gone up. Silly me. So I should have gone to 75, and 75 is too big. So it's between 50 and 75. So then that's 62. Right. It took you 9 tries. I should be able to do it in 6 consistently. So let's try one more time. 50. Now if 50 is too small, that means that it's bigger than 50. Come on, 75. And if 75, it's bigger than 75. So we're going to try for what's between 75. So you got to add 12 to 75. 87. And then we're going to go for 94. 90. It's either 91, 92, or 93. I'm going to try for 92. We guessed the number in 6 tries. So there you have it. That's our guess the number game. It has some neat features. As you can see, it keeps going until you guess the number correctly. It lets you know how many tries you took. And it has, you know, a very neat branching structure whereby if you enter a number, you will always get to the end of this game if you keep playing honestly. And pretty much the only way this can go wrong is if you enter hello. So you need to enter an integer, otherwise the game's gonna fall apart. But it does everything we want it to do, and it's pretty awesome. Okay, see you in the next tutorial. Well, that's all for this one, folks. For more videos, subscribe right there. That bell button thing, that's kind of important to click because we've got brand new ones in Python Fundamentals, basically 5 days a week for a good while. This playlist where this video belongs to is, bingo, there. And a whole host of other Python videos there. So there you have it. Enjoy yourselves, guys. See you later.